before I married into my husband's family, I really thought I knew what it meant to be open-minded. I had grown up with my own ideas about who belonged with who, which lines you cross, which ones you don't, which differences were meant to keep people apart. And I certainly didn't question things enough. And I think it was just the water that I swam in. And then I met my in-laws, and they undid everything I knew. They were not religious people, but they had a deep respect for every faith. Like, their closest friends were devout Christians, staunch Jews, proud atheists, all sitting around the same table. Nobody was trying to convince anybody. There was just space for everyone. And there was a moment that I will never forget that I was thinking about this morning in particular. I had just been invited around for lunch for the very first time to meet everyone. And you know that feeling when your heart's going a little too fast and you're hoping that they'll like you. I was vegetarian at the time. And I remember sitting down at the table and there was chicken for lunch. And my mother-in-law goes, "Don't worry, darling, the chicken's halal. We always keep halal chicken in the freezer for when Talib comes around." Now, in case you don't know, Talib Peterson was a very well-known Malay artist in South Africa and a very, very good friend of my in-laws. And that one sentence really told me everything about where my husband comes from. Like a home where you didn't wait for someone to fit you, but you made space for exactly who they were. And it certainly made me want to be more like that. It made me want to raise my kids to respect people no matter where they come from or what they believe in. Because that's the thing that she taught me, my mother-in-law, without even knowing that she was schooling me. That we see people according to who we are and not who they are. And when your heart and your mind are open and curious, there is always space for someone else at the table. She passed away a few years ago from COVID, and she drove me crazy, and I miss her. Anyway, I was just thinking about her this morning and how that one moment at that lunch table shaped who I wanted to be, the kind of mind and heart that I wanted to build, and certainly how I wanted to raise my kids. To have kids that see other people fully as they are and not as who we want them to be.